Hi, you guys, and welcome to the Nosy Bystanders Live. I am your host, Chief Nosy Bystander. I know I should have posted this live yesterday, but I didn't know I wanted to talk about it more because, again, there's a lot about this story that I find incredibly odd, like most stories, right? And that's why I wanted to go over it again. So if you saw the graphics, we're actually still talking about Robyn Dixon and juandixon, who happened to be the head coach of Chopin, or I think he still is possibly, of Chopin State University, and the ongoing legal battle that they're actually facing because of an incident we talked about yesterday. And we're going to get into those details of it. So the thought that I had in my head was, well, did Robyn even know anything about it? And if she didn't, right, then she didn't. So I had to do a little bit of backtracking so I can get myself on the proper timeline because I think Robyn knew a lot more than she had let on. And we discussed it yesterday about how much she knew and why is she willing to even be engaged to somebody like this who would allow this to happen, right? So when you have these like fake, activists be like, oh, I stand for this and this, this, and this, but you're letting your husband, partner, ex-husband, future fiance, you're allowing them out here to just kind of bury stuff under the sand so they can win championships. That don't sit right with me. So I did a little bit of digging and I had to get myself on the proper timeline to figure out where all of these people are coming from, how much they knew, and should we shame them essentially? Should we be shaming them for how much they knew? Right. And so that's why we're here. So before we get started on this timeline about how much did Robyn Dixon know, first let's see who's all into the building, okay? And please don't ask me why I look disheveled. I literally just rolled out of bed. Hello, is it Borgie? Hello, Borgie. Hello, YNV. Hello, Tynesha. Hello, R. Virgil. Hello, Veronica. Hello, Denise. Hello, AC. Hello, Courtney. Hello, Samantha. Hello, Noser Inquisitive. Hello, Sean. Hello, Alicia. Hello, Amber. Hello, Brenna. Hello, Triple Leo. She says, "Hey, Nosy cousin, what's up, cuz?" On the auntie, on the mama side, not the daddy side. I'm just saying. Hello, Jerica. Hello, Tony. Hello, Natasha. Hello, Taurus season. How you doing today? Hello, Brown Delight. Hello, Lynn the photographer. Hello. I don't think I've ever seen you here before, but welcome, Lynn. Hello, D. How you doing today? Hello, Erica. Hello, Nikki. Hello, Rashida. Hello, Sheree. Sheree says, "Hey, cousins. What's up, Chief? What's up?" Hello, Kat. How you doing today? Hello, Vapey. Hello, Reese. How you doing today? Look at Facebook on time. Is it Desiree? Hello, Desiree. Not you on time. Hello, DL. Hello, Tracy. Hello, Sweet Fix. Hello, Quan. Is it Quanda? It's a lot of halls that be sliding in here. I need to know, are we family? Are we family? Are we family? It's a lot of halls. I keep seeing last name Hall. I need to know, are y'all my cousins on my mama's side or my daddy's side? Because if you're on the daddy side, I might have to block you. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Hello, Socialite Simone. Hello, Tia. How you doing today? Hello, E. Ortiz. Hello, Vinyl Hoochie. Says, some catch me up, please. Oh, we're gonna get to that. Don't worry. We have just begun. Okay. I'm gonna scroll to the bottom so I don't forget anyone. Hello, Defining Deborah. Hello. What's up, Shirley? Shirley, no, she here on time. Part of the fam. Hello, Wu Chow. How you doing today? Hello, Kimmy on the go. Hello, Candace. Hello, Erica. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Lisa. Lisa says, hello, Chief Nosy the Great. And Nosy Cousins in. Chief Nosy the Great. That's a new one. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hello, Jade. Hello, Pepe. Hello, Brown Skin Girl. Hello, Phyllis. Hello, Nadia. Hello, Cami. Hello, Pamela. Hello, Sandra. Hello, Chas Princeton. If I forgot you, I apologize, but I'm tired of bumping my gums. Okay. So we're talking about y'all good friend. Because she's not mine, because I don't know her. I only mess with Giselle and Jamal Bryant. I only mess with Giselle and Jamal Bryant. So this is y'all friend Robyn Dixon. So Robyn Dixon, if you don't know who she is from that reality show, The Real Housewives of Potomac. She is engaged, divorced, and engaged again to a gentleman by the name of juandixon, who happens to be a basketball coach at Chopin University. Well, in and around 2018, 2019, one of the players on his team, I believe it's Iben Williams, was catfished by the assistant coach. Okay, he was catfished by him. The assistant coach, who goes by the name of Lucian Brownwell, was pretending to be a lady and was accosting Mr. Williams. When Mr. Williams thought it was kind of weird that this person kept asking them for spicy pics, they went ahead and just took a step back from their catfishy, which at the time he didn't know he was being catfished. Well, Ivan had reached out to Brownwell and said, "This is what's going on." And Brownwell pretended he didn't know what was going on and said, "Hey, I'm also being catfished too." And the person, the catfisher, says, "If we don't engage in a spicy video, if you know what I mean, they're going to expose us." So, with the aid and coercion of Brownwell, William obliged. When Williams turned out and found out that Brownwell was the indeed catfisher, he went and told his coach, and his coach basically threw it and buried it under the rug. Okay. So, because he buried it under the rug and he felt like he didn't get any reciprocity because he didn't want to lose his scholarship, which is connected to his housing and his meal plan. He ended up losing those and transferring to another university, I believe Morehouse. But he had launched a what's it called? He had launched a lawsuit against the university and Juandixon. And now here we are. So because he had thoroughly launched that lawsuit, he was basically saying, y'all all knew and y'all just let me just, my mental health deteriorate, everything about me deteriorate, and I want some reciprocity. Now, yesterday we talked about whether Robyn knew, and I had a small inclination that she probably did know, because what kind of husband's not going to tell, what kind of partner, let's just call him a partner, what kind of partner is not going to be pillow talking to his wife, telling her what's going on, right? So I had to do a little bit of backtracking, and this is where we are today. So this is round 2. If you want the full explanation, again, just rewind back the last 2 minutes of me explaining the full story and how we got here. Okay, let me get some of your comments, and I'm going to pull up a couple of the articles that I had pulled, specifically this one. And we're going to get into this engagement photo from Robyn in December 16th of 2019, because it's going to play a really key part on how much she knew about this case. Okay, let me get to some of your comments, you guys. I know I'm missing them. This from Desiree says, "I don't claim to know neither Robyn nor Giselle." No. Church shade. That's right. A little bit of church shade for y'all. This from Socialite Simone says, "She's no friend of mine with her Amazon fashions." Ooh, not y'all talking about how she dressed. When I first started watching Real Housewives of Potomac, I don't watch it anymore, but I did watch the first season because Giselle was on there. So I was like, "Oh, I love Jamal Bryant." I'm actually a member of his church. But I'm a member of New Birth Ministries. Y'all leave me alone. Argue with your mama in the comments. Okay. So I am an active member of New Birth Ministries. I do tithe to them. But I usually do it around like the holiday season. I didn't tithe this holiday season, but I'm pretty sure I've tithed the last like 5 holiday seasons. So I am a member of New Birth Ministries. So that's the only reason why I was watching the Real Housewives of Potomac, because I was like, oh, Giselle's going to be on there, and maybe I'll get a glimpse of Jamal Bryan and see how their dynamic is going. Turns out it was a mess, honey. But when I first encountered Robyn, I also did think she was a bit tacky, but that's okay because we have 2 different sense of styles. She gets on camera, puts on makeup. I literally just throw on this hoodie. So our fashion styles are a little different, but she is a bit tacky. Also, I thought she was a white woman. I'm not gonna lie, and I don't know who else did either. So I don't want to hear nothing from none of y'all. When that show first came out, y'all all thought she was. Y'all thought she was a white lady. Y'all knew it. Don't lie. You did. You did. You did. Don't lie. I already know it's coming. Don't start in the comment section. Do not start in the comment section. Okay. Do not start in the comment section. You all knew. You all thought she was. We all thought she was too. Okay. When she turned that one angle, it's giving Ann Curry. Okay. And if you know Ann Curry, then you know. Ann Curry turns her head one way, she looks black. She turns her head the other way, she's like white lady. Ann Curry looks at you straight on, she's Japanese. Okay. It's just that simple. Nobody knows what Ann Curry is. And when I saw Robyn, I instantly thought, oh, that's Ann Curry, honey. Because as soon as she hit a different angle and changed that octane in her voice, she's a different person. Okay. I know I am. I know. Okay. I know. Don't hate. Oh, don't make me put up a poll in here. This from Jessica says, "I thought a few of them were." Me too. You never thought that? I did. You thought she was mixed? I mean, just first looking at her without her opening her mouth and you've never seen her before, you're probably be like, that's a white lady. And then I was like, oh, she must be a white lady with a little bit of soul in her. Then I found out she was black. I was like, it's hard to tell. She knows it's hard to tell. She knows she's got some sort of that light skin privilege. Okay, she place she's passe blanc. Yeah, she is. Yeah, yeah. Carrie Lake is black. You lying? You will lie. No, she not. Is she? Is she light skin? Y'all lying. Carrie Lake. I don't believe y'all. Also, I'm not sponsored by LaCroix, but this hibiscus is the bomb. She's not. I don't know what Carrie Lake is. Okay. Okay, we'll have to dig into her later. So we're gonna have to dig into Carrie Lake later. There's no time for it. There's no time. Okay, so let's get into this, right? So first, I wanted to put the timeline together. Like, when did this all occur? When did the lawsuit occur? All of this in a nutshell, right? So a lot of people yesterday were stating, because I have to go back to the comments yesterday. A lot of people yesterday were stating that this all started in 2017. It did not. Iben Williams did not get to Chopin until 2018. This occurrence happened in 2019. And that's when he brought it to their attention in 2019. And then he launched his lawsuit sometime in, I want to say 2021. There was no, I couldn't find a timestamp on when he launched the lawsuit. There's no way for me to find it. I tried. Most of the articles I pulled, they referenced it, and they said his attorney said, but no one said the exact date of when he went to the clerk of courts and filed his a formal complaint. So I have no idea. And if I had to just take a wild guess, it has to be anywhere between 2020 and 2021. And then he added Juandixon to it sometime in 2021, 2022. So that's the rough timeline I could get without having to dig and scrape for those legal records. So the reason why that's important, is because when I pulled up this article here that talked about their engagement. Now, this article he proposed to her on December. Let me pull it up because it's a little small. December 16th of 2021. So that is when he proposed to her. But that kid had already brought to his attention about what was going on. The university was already launching an investigation. So here's my thing. After all of that, you still said yes to this man when he got down on one knee. Is she clinically something? Let me pull it back up. In this post, she said, sweeter than the second time around. Thank you to everyone who loved, supported, and rooted and prayed for Juan and I. We truly appreciate all the love. In an untraditional relationship, call for a non-traditional ring. I don't know what that means. Oh, there are more pictures. Oh my. Okay. Then she says, pink morganite stone, because I wanted something that was significant meaning. Morganite representing unconditional love, something that our relationship exhibits and has relied on, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, beautiful ring. It looks like costume jewelry. So when I was pulled, sorry, I hate to sound mean, but when, like, I don't care about that. You knew about that boy being accosted and you literally sat around and did nothing but brag about getting engaged to someone who would be okay with hiding, um, be hiding something like that. Crazy. So let me pull up this article that I was reading about it. Just a mess. Just a mess. She a mess and he a mess too. Here's the articles from the Baltimore Brew. Let me share my screen. This is from the article from the Baltimore Brew. And I want to read some of your comments before we get into this article. This article is going to lay it all out in the thick of it. I think, and here's just my assessment from now to the end of this live stream. Robyn knew. She did. She did know. She definitely knew, and she don't care. Because I was combing the internet searching for her statement about this. And all I got was Dixon doesn't comment on legal matters. That's it. Nothing else. Like, she didn't even come out and say nothing. Like, my heart goes out to William, and I hope that he finds the help and gets the justice that he does. Nothing. This is from Wu Chow. Says Juan had a whole relationship while him and Robyn were living together. She don't care. She sure don't. That thing looked cheap. She probably bought it too. If we being for real, I really want to get a little bit shady. She probably bought it. This is from from Veronica. Let me take this down so I can see your comments. Veronica says she had that morganite ring because he couldn't get her a pink diamond. She wanted to be flashy. Because people would have asked her, "Wow, he got you a pink diamond?" Child. This from Ladybug says, "I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't. He's sneaky. There's no way she couldn't have known about it. The story was too big for her not to know about it. She knew. I'm not about to sit here. I used to sit here and I used to placate a lot for celebrities, like, oh, they don't know, and da 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 da. It's one thing if he wasn't in the house, right? It's one thing if he was just like her baby dad and he lived somewhere else. They live together, so she has enough reasonable cause to know exactly what's going on. And there's no way that he wasn't talking to her about it. Of course, he's probably not going to implicate the part where he was like, oh, well, I told him to just drop it and just bury it on the rug. He's not going to tell her that part. Now, let's be for real. He ain't going to tell her that part, but he is going to tell her about everything that's going down with his basketball player and his assistant principal. Now, he was going to tell her that part, but he's not going to be there and be like, oh, I just told him to come to practice the next day, because that's exactly what he told that boy. Or just come to practice the next day after that boy was having ideation, of unaliving and increased drug use. You know what I mean? Like that boy was going through it. And your coach, who happens to be like a father-like figure, should have been there to support him. And only thing he could tell him was, oh, well, that Brownwell, we're going to get to all those details, but he basically told him, Brownwell, he only, he has mental health issues. Sir? What's that got to do with him catfishing me? Mental health issues are not going to, a mental health issue is not going to let you keep up a year-long charade of catfishing people for your own desires and pleasures. Where they do that at? Because you got everybody in the psych ward looking at you like, hey, he ain't got nothing to do with us. Stop passing off people's, gross fantasies as a mental health disorder. Leave those mental health people alone, okay? They got enough stigma. They don't need more. And they're always trying to pass off, the chomos and these people and these deviants. They're always trying to pass them off to the mentally ill. Listen, let the mentally ill be mental. Okay, they got enough on they play with Kanye and everybody else. Okay, they don't need y'all throwing the deviants their direction. Okay, they That's a really great question, Tish. What's up, Tish? There's tons and tons and tons of different research studies that does not know quite how to classify this, because it's either two things. It can be two things. It could be nature or nurture. If it's nature, then it is mental, right? Because it was just brought onto you by a collection of different chromosomes and DNA and all that other stuff. Or if it's nurture, right? Something that was birthed through your upbringing and what your parents were exposing you to and how they raised you. So this question always gets brought up in psychology, it gets brought up in science. The short answer is no one really knows. It's really split down the middle when it comes to research. So nobody knows if it's nature or nurture. That's a fantastic question. I don't know. But until you do know, you can't just classify them as this or that. We can argue it, right? But I'm not a board certified clinical psychologist, and nor am I a scientific researcher. I mean, I consider myself a researcher, but not at that scientific level where I'm taking like DNA swabs and calculating this and that. I'm not at that level of research. So they do argue it both in both of their respective departments, but there is no one consensus to what that is, you know? There's no one consensus, unfortunately. It just requires more research, which is the terrible, terrible, terrible part. This from Toy Alley says, it had to be 2020, 2021 season because COVID was shut down 2019 and 2020 season. So there's a good chance she knew. I forgot about that, Toy Alley. I forgot COVID. I forgot all about COVID. That has shut everything down. So yeah, he had a lot of off time. He was definitely talking to her about it. Thank you very much. I appreciate this. What's up, Shan? How you doing today? This from Wu Chow says, it was the fact that he knew that guy was mentally unstable and still made him assistant coach. So do you think that his mental instability was lower on the totem pole versus his ability to be a really good assistant coach? That's my question to you guys, because if so, well, that's wild. You understand what I mean? If so, that's wild. So that means you took his ability to be an excellent assistant coach over his own mental faculties, right? So one definitely outweighed the other. He's like, well, he's a better coach. I know he's got mental issues, but he's a really good coach. Like a mule is almost, they treated him like a mule. And here's my thing about it that I think a lot of people are kind of overlooking in this situation. If Lucian Brownwell could do that to a basketball player that close in proximity, right? He's definitely done this before. Because the way that he had facilitated that scheme of catfishing was almost like a surgical like precision. And you can't just do that. You can't just wake up one day and be like, I'm just going to cause a scheme. You understand what I mean? I'm just going to perpetuate a scheme across the internet. You're not going to do that unless you've done it before and you're successful at it. So there's no telling how many other people he's done this before, whether it be on Craigslist or Facebook or at the university. You understand what I mean? But it's very clear he had his eyes set on Williams, and that's why he did it to him, because he seeked him out. He's the one who slid into his DMs from that fake burner account page. You understand what I mean? And if we had the name of that burner account, I promise you, I would be doing some digging to see how many other pages he had and how many other people he was reaching out to and doing this to. This from Sheree says exactly, because the SA coach was a close friend of Juan. That's how he got hired. I know he was at the house. You think so? I would love to find some pictures of that, but they didn't scrape the internet of it. I'd have to dig. I bet I could find some pictures with Robyn, Juan, and Lucian together. I bet I could. This is from Nisa. Nisa says she knew she was, that's why she's always talking about a prenup. Now, Nisa, I'm glad you mentioned that, because somebody said that yesterday here on the live show. Somebody said that she's always talking about a prenup, and I said it's giving very much. What's her name? Yandy and Mendici. If you don't know the story, let me just give it to you real quick. So when Mendici was sent up the river for all of his schemes, Yandy never submitted their marriage license into the state of New York. She said so because she was trying to protect their assets from being seized by the federal government. So it's very much giving that. It's very much giving that. It is. It sounds like it. It sounds like she don't want her. If he ends up losing that case with that young man and they take their assets, they're going to take hers because of community property laws, right? What's mine is yours. Great, great assessment, Nisa. This from Taurus season says, some people are really sick, and I can't believe they be the same people holding these important roles in people's lives. I want to get into this statement, Taurus season, because I don't want to get too ranty about it. So I'm going to do my best to try to keep it under 1 minute. So we always talk about Dr. Ramani, right? She's the narc doctor, right? She's a board certified clinical psychologist, and she always talks about how do narcissists always end up in these high positions of power is because they're really good at crushing the people below them, making really fast and sharp executive decisions, and impressing the people in their proximity to help them slide up the ladder. Right? They don't climb up the ladder. They literally slide up it, or they get a push up the ladder. So the reason why we always see these monsters with all the power, right? They always got the power in their hands. It's simply because they have a way of executing their way throughout life that other narcissists find impressive. So impressive to the point where they'll help them propel their careers. Right? So I'm not calling Lucian Brownwell a narcissist, but he is exhibiting a whole lot of those tendencies, right? Being able to climb his way, fast track his way up the ladder, rubbing elbows with the right people to get those really good powers, those positions in power. You understand what I mean? It's science, I guess. Whew. Science, I guess. This from Desiree says, if you watch the show, I feel like Michael knows why he didn't initially propose. This was for Robyn to keep quiet, basically. What do you mean he didn't initially propose? So to keep Robyn quiet? I don't know what that means. Can you explain what that means just a little bit further? I don't think I understand what that means. This is from Delmira. I hope I'm saying your name right. Delmira says, I caught a live, y'all. I'm cheesing. Oh, what's up, girl? How you doing? We see you over on Facebook. How you doing from Facebook? This is from Samantha says, hit that like button, y'all. Don't be ignorant, okay? Totally Anonymous says, I think she was turning up on Real Housewives of Potomac to secure her spot and those coins just in case this all went bad for Juan. Well, not necessarily, right? Because if she's talking about a prenup, she's really doing it for herself. She's probably going to play into all of the controversy, right? And she's definitely going to talk about it because now that he's been implicated in this suit, by the next season, you're going to start hearing her talk about it a little bit more, right? You know how they do it for the TV. She's like, I'm going to talk about it, but I can't talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it, right? So you're going to see her play up a little bit more because now she's got a storyline. But I don't think she's doing this for him. I don't think she cares about that. I think she cares about making her own money. That's what I think. What's up, Stephanie? How you doing today? He groomed that man. I wouldn't say groomed because grooming is building a relationship, right? Like he didn't groom him. He catfished him. He pretended to be someone else in order to garner a relationship with him. So that's not necessarily grooming, is more like, adult, child, sister, brother. It's like when you have a close relationship, pastor, parishioner. It's when you have a close relationship with a person. The person's not pretending to be someone else. The pastor's not pretending to be a pastor. He is your pastor, right? And he's using that position of relationship to get something out of you. So it's not grooming. He didn't groom him, right? He wasn't a child who he groomed. He was literally pretending to be another individual to build a relationship with him. So that's not really grooming. It's really just catfishing. Does that make sense? It's really just a catfish. It's catfishing. I don't really know how else to say it. This is from Nikki. Nikki says she also puts off getting married and says it's because her husband is busy right now. Don't nobody believe that. I mean, if she told me that about 2 years ago, I would have believed it. But I definitely don't believe it now. I definitely believe the delay in the marriage could have been because of all of this that went down. You understand what I mean? All of this went down, and so he's just delaying it now because he really don't want to marry her again. Or he might. I don't really know. I can't really assess that. What I can tell you right now is that she definitely knew, and he's not going to get married to her anytime soon because he's trying to figure out what's going to happen with the university, this lawsuit, and this young man who was essentially catfished. right under his nose. And then when it was brought to his face, he just kind of just ignored it. It's very much giving Joe Paterno, Jerry Sandusky. Joe Paterno, Jerry Sandusky. But let's get into this article here. So this is written by the Baltimore Brew. Shout out to Baltimore Brew. Excellent in reporting. And I want to get into this article. So it says Chapman State University assistant basketball coach catfished a player online into providing intimate photos and text messages, and then blackmailed him into a video X tape before publishing the material when the player resisted further demands for X. A lawsuit filed in the Baltimore City Circuit Court alleges. Ooh. Hold on now. It's in the ball. I thought it was federal. Let me, okay, hold on. Let's see if I can pull it up so we can know exactly the date he filed it. Let me see. Civil. Let's see if I can pull it up. Okay, y'all. Okay, let's see if I can find it. It'll be a civil case. Oh, there's 3 courthouses. Which one? Juvenile, Mitchell. Let's try this one. Okay. There's no search. Oh, I might not be able to pull this up. I'm going to need a little time to research it. I'm on the website now. I'm trying to see if I can pull it up. But I don't think. Trial date. Yeah, I don't know if I can. E-filing. Can I walk a motion through? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to spend a little bit of time on this website because I'm sure I could find it. I just don't know where the search portion is. Let me just try to look one more. I know I'm looking like directly at. I'm not looking at the camera. I'm looking at my screen. Civil procedures. Why don't they just tell you how to search it? Some websites are a lot more difficult than others, you guys. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try one more thing. Schedule modification. Clerk's office. Oh, they don't even tell you how to get it. That's silly. Alternative dispute resolutions, different case management system. Nope. Non-domestic case information report. Oh, come on. Nope, these are just PDFs. I might have, I hate that. Ugh, I hate that. I like when it's simple. That's why I like the Los Angeles County Clerk of Courts. They make it so easy. Okay, let's just go back to this article. Okay, so it says that I'm so mad. I want to pull it up because I want to know when I just want to know when he filed this. The legal complaint by the Information and Belief Evolution Browell, former guard who serves as director of development and director of basketball operations, harassed and tormented and blah, 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 Iben before publishing intimate materials he obtained from the student. I wonder where he published them. Do you think he published them like on OnlyFans or something? Let me get some of your comments. Hold on one second, you guys. I wonder where he published them. Hold on. This is from Erica says, remember Robyn lost their money before. That's how they ended up broke the first time. How'd she lose their money? This from Taurus Season says, I totally get it, but my God, they do a good job at masking things. They do. YNV says, he probably catfished a player before and never got caught. He was comfortable doing it to close proximity. Exactly. Probably a player. You know, he probably did it while he was a player at a different season. You understand what I mean? Like, who knows? That guy sounds horrifying. This from Veronica says, when you actually endure a narcissist, you can spot people coming. Until you meet one, it's just a buzzword, literally. literally. Like, as soon as you encounter one, because I remember this. Okay, so let me just explain this tiny story about narcissists, and then we're going to continue. My one professor at Elmhurst, she studied narcissism, and she studied psychopaths and sociopaths and all that other stuff. She's a very brilliant woman. And I remember one day we were supposed to be doing like a lecture of some sort, but we were asking her so many questions because she would always say it in passing, like, you'll know a narcissist when you see it. You'll know a psycho when you see it. I'm like, how do you know this? So she spent an entire 2-hour course telling us how to spot one when you talk to them. She said it only takes you about 10 minutes, some people 20. She's like, but once you are in the realm of a narcissist, a psychopath, or sociopath, you'll never forget that interaction. And you'll always remember those specific traits that they exhibited to you. You'll never forget it. So I said, okay, what's the sign that you're basically talking to a narcissist? She's like, you can tell because when you start to ask them questions about themselves, they're so engaging. Like they just love talking about their kids or their work or their life or their clothes or their house or, their gardening. Like they're just a fantastic gardener. They love talking about cooking. They love, 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 love telling you about themselves. Right? So that's like very innocuous because most people do. But have you ever met someone who really loves talking about themselves? And then the moment that you're trying to get a word in edgewise to explain your story or your anecdote or something about yourself, they always feel very dismissive. Like eyes just kind of look around the room, they get really quiet. Like they're just purposefully not engaging because they don't want you to continue talking about yourself. So what they do is they will purposefully not ask follow-up questions to your story. Like, oh my gosh, so when you missed the train, how did you get home? They don't ask those questions because they don't care. So you're going to immediately know that the moment that you are engaged with a narcissist, like every time they talk, they're just very disengaging about hearing your side of the story or hearing how you met your husband or hearing, your birthing experience or hearing how you become like this excellent chef. They don't care about that. That's why when they talk to you, they're always like, and this back to them. So that's the fastest way that you can typically spot a narcissist, right? Especially in your first engaged conversations with them. They will not engage back. They hate follow-up. Don't be in a group of people and somebody asks you a follow-up question. That's really going to infuriate them. And most girls notice it faster because when their friends tend to be narcissists, it's usually when that friend starts to throw them under the bus in a public scene. So if you guys are out at a club and a guy's talking to you and he's asking you questions and he says, oh, your hair's so pretty. And you got that one friend like, oh, it's a wig. That's a narcissist. Because there was no reason for it. You understand what I mean? So you can spot those things. A lot of girls, I don't know how they don't be spotting it. Because I'm glad they don't, because that's how we don't get those story times on TikTok and Instagram. That's how we get all those good story times. But I would like y'all to start noticing these things in your friends sooner, right? We don't need another really bad Miami trip story time. Okay. But let me get back into this article. So they continue on and say that Chapin's basketball coach Juandixon, who was named in the complaint, allegedly failed to take action when informed about Brownlee's actions. A legendary figure, the Baltimore and beyond, Dixon, which we don't care because I'm not reading that, also named in the lawsuit filed last week, is Chapin State University, whose officials, rather than supporting the distraught Williams, allegedly questioned him quite harshly and retaliated against him by withdrawing previously promised financial assistance. So not only did you just disregard this poor child, you went ahead and took his financial aid away. These people are mad. Let me get some of your questions. This is from Shell. Oh, the comment's so big. It covers half my face. The comment says, she specifically said on the show, the season 2, the lawyer and him, she wanted the prenup to protect her finances. She's making more than him and has several businesses she needs to protect, and anything can happen. And then they lost everything before. And when they got swindled by that one friend, she wasn't willing to go through that again. When he disagreed, she said, anything can happen. You don't know. But she got swindled by the friend. Dixon didn't. What'd you send to me, Desmond? What's up, Desmond? Oh, that's a great profile picture. Love that. What'd you send it? Did you send it to my phone? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Desmond. When was this filed? That's weird. There's no date on it. Oh, I think this article is from Bravo. You know Bravo. let me put it on the screen. Bravo's so messy. I don't know how people are still signing up to get a TV show on Bravo. I don't. Honey, help me, help you, help me, help you, help me, help you, honey. Um, ooh, this is important. Ooh, okay. Ooh, thank you, Desmond. Okay, so this is the article by Starcasm. It says 3 months. It says less than 3 months after it was revealed that the Real Housewives of Potomac, Robyn Dixon and Juan Dixon filed for a marriage license and potential hopes of getting married for a second time. Coach Dixon has been named in a startling new lawsuit alleging, okay, 3 months after he filed. So 3 months after it says 3 months after they filed for their marriage license. It's right here. 3 months after they filed for their marriage license. She knew. She cold-blooded. Thank you, Desmond. Ooh, ooh, child. Ooh, child. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. Allegedly. She allegedly knew, but still. This was I wish it would tell me the date it was filed. It doesn't have the date it was filed. It just says these numbers are all squiggles. This is case number 24C22, but doesn't tell me the date it was filed. It's like smudged out. Let me see if there's a filing date on the last page. Nope. Dang, this sucks. I wish somebody would. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to look at this. March of 2020, he is hoping that his harassment would end. When does he tell Coach Dixon? Defendant coach Dixon again confirmed his awareness of Coach Brownlee's instability later. Upon returning to Chopin State in 2020 fall, defendant Luch and Brown renewed his blackmail demands. Plaintiff was directed by Coach Dixon to attend practice the following day. Defendant Dixon met personally with the plaintiff. This was 2020. And they got engaged in 2019. So this was 2020 and they got engaged in 2019, December 2019. This was the fall of 2020. I just want to know when this case was physically filed. I wish I knew. This from Where's the Tea says, so when did they file for a marriage license? It says 3 months before this, but I don't have the date to this. I don't know when this was filed. Because Maryland case search says the case was filed on 11/2/22. I imagine they probably filed for their Oh, what did the article say? The article says less than 3 months after it was revealed that they filed for their marriage license. So I don't know when they filed for their marriage license. Well, I guess I could look it up because they filed for a marriage license. They live in Maryland, right? Yeah, this Baltimore County. Okay, hold on. Let me pull it up. Y'all got me out here doing extra investigative work today. Okay, hold on. I see y'all. Okay, let me pull up the hold on one second. Baltimore County. Okay. Well, let's see. I think that's what is that? That's it's probate. County. Okay, let's see if I can find it. Whew, this is a feat of strength. Let me see. That's usually where you can find their marriage licenses, right under the probate court, because it's a probate issue. I don't see where I can find to search it. Register. Nope, this isn't it. Okay, this might take us a little, y'all. Hold on one second. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Search. I agree. Please don't make me register. Just let me search. Lord Jesus. What is their last name? Okay, it's only what's her name? Robyn Dixon. Let me do a different search. Criminal, civil, it'd be probate. Okay. All right, y'all, hold on. No, I don't see a marriage license. I don't see one. I'm here, but I don't see one. Y'all know how to spell Dixon, like the Mason-Dixon line. I don't see anything. Did they file one? Did they file a marriage license? Some people be announcing they do and some don't. So it'd be hard to tell the truth with these reality stars. It's so hard. They be lying. Okay. I know how to pronounce it, you guys. I have braces. So it's chopping or chopin. But that's the best you're going to get out of me. But I appreciate that. This from Erica says, they do down the street from, oh, I don't know if you're talking to me. This from Sheree says, no, but Ashley, the bone carrier of Potomac, since she dropped them two child support checks. Oh, I don't know what y'all are referring to. This from Lala Penn says, or maybe they plan to get married with a prenuptial agreement, then have spousal confidentiality in the upcoming lawsuit. Possibly, but the suit was filed. What did the comments say? November 2nd. So 3 months before it was announced, but that's not when they got the license. They announced the license 3 months before this date, but it's not when they got the license. So let's just go with 3 months before this date. But that means that if he knew about this in 2019, there's no way she didn't know about this in 2019. And you still wanted to marry this man? I'm not Team Robyn right now. I'm a little grossed out by her. The child that is full of lies. They full of lies. They full of lies, honey. They can't help themselves. It's so crazy. They cannot help themselves. So here's my consensus, because I'm going to talk about this other thing. I want to talk about two more things at the end of this. So here's my consensus. She knew, allegedly, she knew, and she still wanted to marry this man. And she just wanted to be able to protect her finances in some way. So she thought, oh, I'll just get a prenup and there we go. It's fixed. No, it's not fixed. You were sitting there with someone who was okay with protecting an essayer, an essayer and a catfisher, essentially. So I'm not with that. I'm not with that. I can't wait for the next season, because I'm gonna watch it next season, because she's gonna have to talk about it, because I'm gonna be on her neck. And you know they hate bloggers. You know they do. You know they hate bloggers, and I'm gonna be on her neck. Like, Robyn, why are you sitting there with your engagement photos with your little moissanite ring and stuff? I'm not with it. So we'll be watching out for Robyn. Just based on all the dates, it lines up. She was engaged in 2019. Those allegations came out in 2019, and then the lawsuit came in 2022. There's no way she didn't know that something was going on. Come on, let's just be real, okay? Let's be real, all right? Because the math ain't mathing on it. But I want to get to these two other things I want to talk about. So I wanted to go back to those twins. So if you guys remember, yesterday we were talking about those missing Ohio twins. And we were talking about how the grandma and the mom were all fighting and feuding about the little tiny twins that had gone missing. And so I just was watching some of their social media today. These twins, let me share my screen. These little twins I'm talking about. So we were talking about it yesterday on how the two moms, the grandmama, and the mama was fighting. It seems like a lot of their they kind of settled down a little bit on their fighting. Their Facebook page, called the Thomas twins or something like that. The Thomas twins was taken down for a few days, but it's back up. And it's really just a testament to the praise and worship they're giving to the mom, which is kind of weird. So I noticed yesterday too, and I got a number of emails. I got a number of emails yesterday after the live stream about how people said, well, be careful when you talk about the twins' mommy, because she sends her little hitters after you. Shocked and chagrin. Shocked. I didn't know she was out here sending people to go and take down, or not take down people's pages, but to just basically just bother and harass them in their comment sections. So obviously, y'all know that don't scare me, because I don't care. I'm going to assess the way I assess, of how I assess an assessment. So I could care less if people send their favorites after me, because I want to discuss the topic. If I have to talk out loud on how I got to work out this theory, I'm going to talk out loud and I'm going to say it. If I think, and I have reasonable suspicion and suspect that you are involved in some sort of scheme or something, I'm going to call it out and I'm going to say something. I always correct myself. I'm like, no, I might be incorrect on that. And then you guys always add the additional information, like, no, Steph, point your efforts toward this direction. And I usually do, right? Because if I'm wrong, I know I'm wrong. But what we're not going to do is have the blind leading the blind. Okay. Again, we talk about this all the time. Be careful about who you align your support with, because you never know what the scheme is in the long in the long end of the game, right? So your people are out here, like, oh, the mom, she's this and this, and I'm sure she is. I don't suspect the mother having anything to do with this, but at the same time, though, I don't have any evidence that she didn't. It's all weird to me, and I'm allowed to speculate on that. It's a weird situation, and when I see people over here fighting over money versus anything else, I got enough of my antennas going up where I'm just like, that's weird. That's a little weird to me. I find it a tiny bit weird. So yeah. Okay. So yeah. So I just got to tell y'all up front, y'all are not going to like my assessment of a lot of people, but I have every right to have this assessment. Now, for the second thing I want to talk about in our last little bit time together, I want to talk about a video that somebody sent me. I don't have it on me right now. I don't have the video on me right now, but it is in regards to a reaction. Um, it's a reaction video somebody sent me. I don't remember the name of the woman. And even if I did, I wouldn't even utter it back because it just would be a waste of time. The video was in regards to our whole assessment on Brianna LaTruth. Let me pull up her video. Gosh, it's her on on this scoundrel here. So we did a months long of just analyzing a ton of content on Brianna LaTruth. And somebody took it upon themselves to compile it as a mashup and do a 4-hour live stream to review my review. And I'm going to tell you right now, I could care less about her review. She has every right to make the review about me. Shout out to you, girl, whoever you are. But what I do find a little bit daunting was the fact that a lot of the names and faces that I see here today, which sucks, were also over there reading me for filth. And I find that I'm a little perturbed by that, which is why we're talking about it right now. So I find that a little bit perturbing, right? Because I try to make myself very clear when I say, you guys, this is my assessment of what I think is occurring based off of this anecdotal information. You don't have to agree to it, but and keep, shout out your theories in the comments and we're going to just play them all out together. What I find the most disturbing was that when I was watching part whatever of this 4-hour live stream today, that a lot of the people I shout out to, I say, what's up, y'all, how y'all doing today? We're over there speaking quite ill of me. Y'all was calling me everything but a child of God. Not all of y'all, but a lot of y'all. And I'm not going to name names because that's just tacky. But I was being called everything but a child of God. Which is hurtful because I always tell people, these theories are my own. They are not the theories of the collective of the nosy bystanders. You guys are more than welcome to disagree. Tell me why you disagree and give me your thesis, give me your conclusion, lay out your premises, and we're going to work them out. But y'all, how y'all, come on, not y'all. Not y'all over there calling me everything but a child of God, honey. Like I want to do my best to make sure that our platform over here at the Nosy Bystanders is welcoming of everyone's theories. I'm going to say it again, and I'm sure I'm going to have to say it again a zillion times in the future. You do not have to agree with anything that comes out of my mouth. I am not a reflection of you, and you are not a reflection of me, right? We're our own individuals. We have to think for ourselves. But don't be messy calling me everything but a child of God on somebody else's live stream. If you would like to make a new home somewhere else, go ahead. I could care less. Okay. If you like to make a home in several places, please do. You should be expanding your viewpoint of everything. You should not have loyalty to one person over another. You're allowed to be a viewer of all people's content across all of social media everywhere. And I am not indebted to you, and nor are you indebted to me. But y'all over there, man, some of y'all in here now over there calling me everything but a child of God, honey. I was like, wow. All she had to do was email me and tell me stuff. I don't like this assessment. Here's my thoughts. Let me break it down. But to go and come on, man. That was ice cold. Child, it was ice cold. If my skin wasn't as thick as bricks, I tell you right now, I'd have broke down and cried. But again, what people think about me across the internet, you guys know that it doesn't affect me, right? It doesn't affect me, nor does it bother me because I could care less, right? I have been able to build up my own ability to analyze information. And when I get backlash for it, I know that most people didn't read into the theory, so I don't get offended by it, right? Like there's no offense taken. But come on now, not y'all here calling me everything but a child of God, honey. And I take the time out to say hello to all of y'all, okay? But that's all that I had to say about the situation. Just look, I think that it's strange and unusual, right? And the reason why those two topics that we talked about, right, like the mommy of the twins and then Brianna LaTruth, I found it a little bit odd because individuals, people, we have this ability to latch ourselves on to people and then defend them vehemently across the internet. And we don't like someone, we attack them viciously. We don't have to do it that way. We are allowed to like what we like and dislike what we dislike, but we want to do it in a constructive manner. Okay, so this is just my shout out to y'all, Nosy Bystanders. I appreciate y'all still being here every single day, but we'll be back tomorrow, okay, at 5 p.m., 7, 8 p.m. Eastern here at the Nosy Bystanders with more news and celebrity junk, okay? But that's all I have for you guys. Have a good night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, okay?